It's a beautiful sunny day. It rained disgustingly hard last night, which was crazy. So I wasn't expecting it. It was like really warm and just gross feeling all day. And then suddenly, kind of, once the sun went down, it got really, come on, buddy. It got really rainy. It started pouring. It was still kind of warm outside, which is pretty gross. It stayed the same temperature and didn't really at all get any cooler once the rain started. Just a torrential downpour all of a sudden. But it's fine. You know, we needed it. This is California. We need the water and the rain. I think we've been in a drought for like, I don't know, 10 years or something. I actually don't really know where we are with that as like a state, as a status, really. I'm trying to use the Pocket 3 a lot more, just because at the end of the day, it is a nicer camera than the Action 6, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, but I mean, it's a matter of just true fact, because the Pocket 3 is like twice the cost of the Action and can do more and is capable of more. The Action 6, I was hoping to just make it a good, well-rounded camera, because it, like, at the end of the day, it's like number one big selling point, at least to me, was just its sturdiness. It is built to take a beating, which makes it perfect for wearing on my helmet. It makes it perfect for just existing. It's waterproof. The lenses are changeable. If I crack this lens or something, I just buy a new one. I don't have to buy a whole new camera. With the Pocket 3, you raise the issue of probably having to replace the entire unit, because they don't just sell replaceable lenses or gimbals and the gyros. Like, there's too many working parts on the Pocket 3 that really just make it not so good to really put to the test. And because of that, I just didn't use it much, because I was afraid of destroying it or, scratching it. Just, I wanted to prolong its life as much as I could, but in doing so, I ended up never using it. I'm trying to use it a lot more, which means I will likely only really be using the Action cameras in this way when they're mounted up in my car, for sure when they're mounted on my helmet, because I'm not going to stick a Pocket 3 on there, because it's very long. So I think if I attach it to my helmet, it would like block me entirely, or I'd have to hang it upside down, which means you're not getting like chest POV, which isn't the worst, but not so good. Because one thing I learned when I was running some tests yesterday, getting some test footage, is if you're stable and not moving, the Pocket 3 is really freaking good when you're in the car, because it just gives you nicer focus, a nicer kind of lens, because I think it's like a equivalent to a 24 millimeter lens, whereas the Action cameras are like 15, like I think 13 to 18 millimeters, like at most. So that's why they'll be so much wider and just kind of like got that kind of, you got games on your phone looking face in some cases. The Pocket 3 excels in that, but where it doesn't excel is in movement, in motion. As long as I'm going straight, pretty good, but turning, because the Pocket 3, its gimbal wants it to like stay as steady as possible facing the direction you go. Once you start turning, there's some resistance, so it'll end up, I was doing tests and I ended up going too far, where like when my face used to be here, I turn right and now my face is on this part of the frame, or I turn left and now my face is like this part of the frame, and it tries to compensate for it, but it doesn't do it well enough, because it's such a challenge for it, which sucks, because that video was looking really good. So it's like I can only use it if I'm in the car and not moving, which, if we're honest, is the kind of large minority of the amount of time you spend in a car is when you're not moving. I mean, maybe if I'm going to be doing stuff where I'm recording intentionally in there, like, doing all those videos where people eat in their car or do whatever, and just have like discussions in their car, maybe I'll use the Pocket 3. I'll mount it up right here where the Action 6 is mounted, but it was kind of disappointing. The bit I recorded was when I was on the freeway moving pretty straight. On this freeway I take to work, it's not the kind of craziest of like twists and turns. You get some slight turns, and with the slight turns it's okay, because if you're going straight and you're just kind of veering left or right, the Pocket 3 is fine with that, because it's just like, hey, we're good. The Pocket 3 is much better if it's in my hand and I'm in much better control of the things going on. It can't be too good of a stationary thing. I definitely want to use the Pocket 3 a lot more because I have it, I need to use it, I don't want it to go to waste. And one thing I neglected is that it is a damn good camera. I personally was just very intimidated by it because it requires more skill, because you have this gimbal, you have the little joystick where you're moving the camera around. It is not as simple and straightforward as an action camera where I can point it this way, in front of me, and then if I want to turn it around, I literally just do 180, or more like 170, depending on the actual degree change. But it's fixed, looking straight, and I'm the one with one hand in full control. And in moving it, it doesn't try to like make it a smooth transition or a smooth pan. If I go like the fastest 180 ever, the Action 6 is just gonna take that. It's gonna accept it. But with the gimbal, on the Pocket 3, if I'm holding it facing forward and I like try to 180 it, it's not gonna do too good. It might, in its attempt to kind of track and make it more of a smooth transition with the gimbal and the gyros, instead of being facing at me, it might be a little to the left, just because of that compensation it's trying to do to not make it too jarring. And so there was all these extra things I just had to worry about skill-wise and learning how to use it, that I was just like, maybe I just don't use the Pocket 3 at all, which was very unwise of me, because it's an extra tool. It is something else. I invested money in it. I should freaking use it. So I'm going to be using it more. It's a huge tool with a lot of capabilities that have just for a long time remained untapped, unused, unutilized. I was going to say underutilized, but it's not even underutilized if I'm not utilizing it all. It is just vastly unutilized. So get ready to see a lot more of this. I just really need to use this because it is a powerful piece of equipment. And the more I get used to it, the more I'm definitely going to make a video talking about it, letting you guys know just how freaking good this is, because I know it's good. I, let it go unappreciated, and that's on me. We're gonna use the Pocket 3 a lot more, use the Action 6 a lot more, just use everything I have, everything at my disposal. I have all of these tools, I'm going to use them. And I'm going to be pretty bad at it at first, and you guys are going to be here to see that as I make bad videos and then slowly kind of up my game as I get more and more comfortable with things. Speaking of comfortable, I've had a little tickle in my throat since I think like yesterday evening. I noticed it, and I was hoping, just by drinking a little more water, being a little more hydrated, it would go away by this morning. It did not, because I woke up with it feeling a little worse than it was last night, a little more scratchy. So we're gonna go to Starbucks, get some hot tea and a coffee for one of my coworkers. We're gonna pick that up first before I get into work, and then we will head into work as soon as I get off the freeway and make it all the way to the Starbucks. They closed an entire ramp onto a different freeway, and there is far less traffic than I thought there'd be. This specific freeway is notorious for backing up traffic in general. This is the first time I've turned into the right parking lot entrance when I'm going directly to the Starbucks that's near my work. I always misremember there being a second entrance, like much closer, and always forget that oh crap, no there isn't. The very next entrance we get is past the Starbucks. So I always end up going past it and having to turn around, double back, which kind of sucks because coming back after going past it is like a little more of snaking through things, whereas if I'm smart and remember the previous entrance is the only one, I'll go in there and just straight shot. A mobile order?
A mobile order for Joseph?
Jonathan.
Oh, Jonathan. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It was a honey citrus 50, right?
Yeah.
Alright. See you at the window, Jonathan,
Right.
okay?
Thank you. We need to figure out how to perfect drive-through audio, because you hardly ever get both great sounding audio for you and great sounding audio for them. It's hardly ever a good balance of them hearing you well and you hearing them well. You usually get one or the other, or neither sometimes. Do we just not, as businesses, want to spend money on the good quality stuff? I don't know.
So, you want straw?
No, thank you.
No? Thank you, Jonathan, okay?
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. We've got our hot citrus honey lemon tea or whatever it is. Honey, good for the throat. Citrus, also good for the immune system. And the drinking it hot also just kind of, opens up the sinuses and just gets you feeling warm and cozy. And then just a cold, regular coffee. Where you at work? Jesus Christ, there's a dude behind me that's parked like absolute crap. Can I show him off? Can you see an angle? Let me see. I think you might be able to see him in the rearview mirror. He is just wow. If the car was any bigger, I think he'd be taking up 3 spots instead of just 2. Actually crazy. But we've arrived. We're gonna go inside, do worky things. We'll pick back up probably later once I'm headed home and doing things. Today's Wednesday, my dudes, so nothing too crazy going on. Yeah, see the fish eye. Nothing too crazy going on. Dana usually goes to table tennis with her dad. I have not yet reached a skill level high enough to adequately join them for that without making a huge fool of myself. So usually I let her do that on her own, just because I suck at table tennis. So instead, usually to kind of match the physical activity that she's doing, I usually go to the gym on Wednesdays. Wednesdays is usually one of my guaranteed gym days, and then I try to sprinkle in at least 2 more during the rest of the week, usually Sundays. So I want to say Sundays and Wednesdays are like my guaranteed gym days, and then I usually sprinkle in a 3rd one somewhere else, wherever I feel most comfortable. Usually not Mondays, because that's trivia night. We get down to 11, and at that point I'm early feeling like going to the gym. But yeah, so likely I'll be going to the gym later after work, so probably maybe get a little bit of footage of that, maybe a little, at least, tour of the gym. I don't know, because the whole filming in super public places like that still gets me pretty anxious, and also not something I really aspire to do, to be that one dude that's recording his gym workout. Usually too anxious to do it anyways. But maybe just some short videos, maybe with my phone or something, and give you some voiceover. I don't know. It's just a Planet Fitness. It's like nothing special. We will see you guys, in about 6 hours for me, but it's going to be 2 seconds for you. So, see you guys in a bit. Bye. So, kind of lied about the gym. Well, ended up doing something else. Dana wasn't feeling too good. She's feeling kind of sick right now. So we thought some good soup would be a nice thing. Get her nice warm soup, heal the soul. So we went and got some ramen in a place that closes pretty late, which is good. It's a nice cute little place. It's open till 11:30. It's apparently 50 feet away from the place we play pool at, which is nice because now we know anytime we want to go eat somewhere that's got some pretty good ramen, we can just go there after pool. And they also offer sushi, a bunch of other stuff, bento boxes. I'm definitely really interested in going back and trying a bunch of stuff. So it is about 11:30 at night. I'm going to drive home. It is very dark, so I'm not going to record that unless I get this light on, but I'm not going to try to do that. I'm just going to sign off now, and we will see you guys next time with whatever the heck we're doing. Something. But, bye.
like, follow, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much for watching. I love all your beautiful faces.